Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to do just a quick video on this mount I bought for my graphs. I haven't seen really any videos on there, a few people showing it, but wasn't really that in depth, so I figured I'd do one and just kind of explain what it is. So I have the two Garmins in the front, and they're currently, one's just mounted straight to the bow, one of them's on a swivel mount, I forgot the name of it, but on a swivel mount and then just mounted straight to the bow. So I wanted to fix that because another thing I'm going to do is put the flush mount for my trolling motor pedal. That'll be the second thing I'm doing. So first I just want to line this up. But anyways, here's the bottom. This is for dual graphs. So this is the bottom portion. I'm going to mount that. See if the camera can see it. Basically that gets mounted on top of your trolling motor pedal, so your pedal could kind of go somewhat underneath there. And then they got this secondary bracket here, and you can adjust that to however, I don't know if you can see that well on the camera, but however you want your graph. If you want it a little lower, you know, kick it to the side, however you want to do it. So anyways, that's a look at the mount, and I'm going to go ahead and take my current graphs off and try and get this thing mounted up. It's supposed to be really sturdy, so we'll see how it goes. So first thing I'm going to do is just want to make sure my original mounts, I'm going to mount them onto this bracket and just see how everything fits before I actually bolt this thing down to the deck. I think that's probably the best way to do it. I want to make enough room for if I have to take off that piece in the front with my control panel on it. If I ever have to take that off and deal with any issues, I want to make sure I have enough room without having to take all this stuff apart. So I'm just doing a little test fit here. Make sure we're good. So got the brackets put together, took off all the stuff I need to take off over there to make some room. Mounted my Garmin mounts. I got the 7-inch on the bottom, 9-inch on top. So it's gonna lay out pretty well on the front. Time to mount the bracket to the boat. All right, guys, we're all finished here with the Dek-It Mount. So came out really good. Let me show you how it looks. Pretty easy. You know, it probably took me, you know, with running the wires differently for my electronics and putting some of the flexible conduit to kind of hide the wires and protect them a little bit. I would say maybe about an hour it took me, and just how clean it ends up looking and how sturdy the mount is. It seems like it's going to work out very well. So give you a shot at what it looks like here. Okay, so that's the mount here. So you got, and you could switch this up. I have a 7-inch Garmin and then a 9-inch on top. You could put either or, one on the bottom, the bigger one on the bottom or top, doesn't really matter. I decided to go with the bigger one on top because that's the one I use my live scope on, and just sits up a little bit higher. I was able to sneak in my hydrowave right in the middle. Kind of a little hard to get to the buttons, but it's, I mean, you could easily get to either one of the buttons. So like I said before, I had them all on the deck. I had my hydrowave, my ram mount, and then I had one just mounted kind of where this is, just on the standard mount. But you could tell how much more deck space I got, and as well with the flush mount trolling motor pedal, which I made a video on as well. So pretty happy with it overall. All I really had to do, and you've probably seen the majority of it in the video, but just 4 screws in the main bracket here, 2 on each side. And then let me jump down here. Then you got a couple bolts in this bracket, so you could swing this bracket out more, in more, however you decide to do it. More on an angle, you could kind of mess around with the adjustment on there. And then they give you another bracket to kind of sturdy up this mount here. But you know, I mean, you're not gonna, that thing's not going anywhere. It's solid compared to like those ram mounts. They weren't really that great, and they'd shake around a little bit. So overall, really happy with it. I'll put the links in the description below for the Dek-It Mount. But awesome stuff, man. It's cool. So if you guys have any questions on it, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.